My name is Jason Brennan, and I'm the producer and also one of the directors on the series Skindigenous. For this episode, we're at Armored Soul Tattoo, which is Jay Soul's tattoo shop, right square downtown Toronto. What makes his artwork unique is specifically the way that it resonates with the younger Indigenous public. The messages that he has are they're not necessarily in your face, but they're more of stating a blatant reality, and that also matches his personality, where he doesn't hold anything back. He's blatant, he does it directly. So whether it's through specific pieces or what, he'll put things out there in your face. In the shop, you'll find a couple of chairs that he'll do tattooing in, and then all over the walls you'll find either his art pieces, his paintings that are kind of like setting an Indigenous setting within a contemporary world. You'll also see pieces of apparel that he's done through his t-shirt designs and sweatshirt designs. I think what Jay does well, and what people can learn from Jay, is that the way he kind of passes that message about already that Indigenous people are in a minority. They're even more so in an urban setting. Sort of like urban natives, as you call them, really can find something to cling on to because of his message that is out there. For myself, I can identify with Jay as Jay spends most of his time in an urban city, which is a lot like myself. So oftentimes you're kind of like, you do have ties to your home community, but you're still living, more in an urban setting. Personally, I mean, when you're not back home and you're not, as deep rooted with your home community, you try and find a way to help people or to help your own people. And I think through Jay's activism, he does that. I mean, his message is relayed in this setting. It's getting the people in Toronto to take notice of what's going on. So Jay does it with his art, and for me, I try and do it with what I do in terms of television and film. Being Indigenous is just a way of being and a way of looking at life as well. So I think, yes, there is that aspect to it, and being tied to your culture and being tied to history as a whole. He designs something that kind of like touches on the issues when it comes to people not forgetting who Indigenous people are today in Canada, and not forgetting what happened, hundreds of years ago, what happened 150 years ago, and what still continues to happen today in terms of inequalities and how still today Indigenous people are seen as second-tier citizens within this country. In order to get people to continue knowing and understanding Indigenous people, it has to be done, on a constant basis from all over the country. So whether it's Jay that does it here or it's somebody that does it out west, as long as the message is brought to the forefront, I mean, it has to stay current, it has to stay actual until, and we're seeing that, continue to change. But we're also seeing increased racism. So we're at a point now where it's even more important to open the dialogue and continue that dialogue. The pieces that Jay does and continues to do, whether it's through his tattooing or through his artwork, are things that can get that discussion going.